What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Apple just held their event where they revealed this year's iPhone 15, 15 Pro, Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2. But in this video, we're going to focus on the iPhones. The big feature this year, no doubt, has to be USB-C. Some thought we would never see this day, but thanks to the regulations from the EU to reduce e-waste, Apple had to include the port on the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro. It's about time we only needed one cable to charge all electronic devices. Unfortunately, the speed of the USB-C port on the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus have been limited to the same speed as the Lightning port. One thing Apple kind of skipped over during the Wonderless event was the fact that the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro now support reverse charging, so you can charge your AirPods and Apple Watch from your iPhone. The display now includes the dynamic island on both base and Pro models this year, which is awesome. I'm sure developers will feel more inclined to create features for this now that it's available to more users. The display is brighter this year, reaching a peak of 2000 nits in direct sunlight. The iPhone 15 still comes with a 6.1 inch display and the iPhone 15 Plus a 6.7 inch display. I would have liked to have seen ProMotion added to both iPhone lineups this year, but sadly it's still only the Pro models that get it. Personally, I don't think a 60Hz display is good value. The iPhone 15 comes in 5 pastel colours: pink, yellow, green, blue and black. All iPhones have a matte textured finish on the back, which makes these colours less saturated compared to previous launches. The main camera this year jumps up to 48 megapixels, getting the camera from last year's Pro model, which is a great upgrade. It also incorporates a 2x telephoto option, which is nice, although it's more of a crop from the 48 megapixel sensor, but it still works effectively. It seems like portrait mode will work a lot more automatically on the iPhone 15 line, with the ability to change a regular photo into a portrait mode one and also change the focus of the picture after it's been taken. The camera can now shoot 4K HDR footage at up to 60 frames per second, and there's also improved night mode and smart HDR to go with the camera's improvements. Something else borrowed from the iPhone 14 Pro is the A16 Bionic, and this chip goes in the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. The price of the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus starts at $799 and $899 for 128 gigs. It's the same price in pounds. Now onto the Pro models. The iPhone 15 Pro comes in 4 colours this year: black, white, blue titanium and a new natural titanium. The whole Pro lineup seems pretty monochromatic, but you never know. Apple could introduce a new colour a few months after launch. They did it with the yellow iPhone 14, before that it was the green iPhone 13, and the year before that it was the purple iPhone 12. If they continue this trend, there will be a new colour a few months after launch. As for design, the edges have been changed so the iPhone is less sharp and a lot more comfortable to hold in hand. Exclusively on the Pro models is the new action button, replacing the silent switch, with the key feature of this button being the ability to have its function reassigned. There are up to 9 changes. Besides ring and silent, you can switch focus modes, launch camera and capture photos, or start a voice memo, turn on the flashlight and more. The one thing that caught my eye was the ability to map it to a custom shortcut, which means this button could theoretically do whatever you program it to do. I think this will have many uses, but I do hope you're able to perform multiple actions, similar to how the power button works. Next is the use of grade 5 titanium instead of stainless steel. Fingerprint should be a thing of the past. This also makes the iPhone Pro much lighter than last year's Pro lineup. The borders have been trimmed back, so the body of the phone is smaller than last year, but the display size remains the same for both Pro and Pro Max at 6.1 and 6.7 inches. One thing no one really saw coming this year was the new 3nm A17 Pro Chip inside the Pro and Pro Max. The CPU is 10% faster and the GPU is 20% faster with 8GB of RAM. Apple were very proud of the fact that this chip now enables hardware ray tracing. So they're really trying to target the gaming community with this one. This chip includes the new USB controller. This enables the USB-C on the Pro models to have USB 3 speeds, up to 10 gigabits per second. But to access those speeds, you'll need another cable Apple sells, as the one in the box is not capable of delivering those speeds, sadly. The Pro model keeps the same 3x optical zoom from last year, but the Pro Max gets a new 5x telephoto lens in 12 megapixels. You can also shoot 48 megapixel photos with the main camera, or get 24 megapixel shots, which effectively means 2:1 pixel binning, still giving you great shots, but at a reduced file size. You can now access different focal lengths, with the most common at 24mm, 28mm and 35mm. The telephoto sensor has increased by 25% for 5x zoom, making low light performance up to 2x better, whilst improving dynamic range. This tetraprism design is different to the traditional periscope design expected. In this case, the light is bounced 4 times before reaching the sensor, with a 3D sensor shift that not only moves horizontally and vertically, but forwards and backwards too. The iPhone 15 Pro now enables you to record directly onto an external drive in 4K ProRes at up to 60 frames per second, which is a welcome feature and should help with transferring video files quickly between devices. With spatial video, I think this is key to what Apple has planned with the Vision Pro. The ability to record 3D video straight on your iPhone with the main and ultra wide lenses. I'm curious to see how this works and what it looks like, but it's a great feature, and I'm sure once the Vision Pro headset is out, it's gonna look wild watching these back. The base storage on the iPhone Pro starts at 128 gigs, priced at $999 or pounds, whilst the Pro Max base storage now starts at 256 gigabytes at $1,199 or pounds. This is just a brief overview, but I'll be pre-ordering the new iPhone 15 Pro Max, so hit subscribe if you want to see some videos on that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I do try and reply to each one, but until next time, thanks for watching and may God watch over you.